Toni Morrison gave a great speech where she said, the very serious function of racism is distraction. It keeps you from doing your work. It keeps you explaining over and over again your reason for being. The quote goes on a whole lot longer, and I really recommend that you read it. But here's the point. Racism causes Black people to spend a lot of time and energy focusing on white people. In our jobs, we're focusing on white people in school, at the bank, in the park, even in the car. We get the white gaze. We deal with white tears and white fear and white ignorance and white supremacy. But look, racism is real. Racism is invidious. And yes, Black folks have to stay vigilant for the effects of racism in our lives, showing up as microaggressions or police or vigilante violence. We gotta watch how racism appears in the educational system that's erasing Black history, and racism in healthcare that's denying maternal care to Black women and ignoring heart disease care for Black men and over-medicating Black children. Racism also appears in our interpersonal encounters through racist jokes and stereotypes, and yes, physical aggression, false accusations, and violence. Racism appears as the wealth disparities and the wage gaps. And of course, we have to remember that racism appears in our bodies and in our minds as stress, trauma, and chronic illness. Now, what we don't need to do is waste our energy justifying our presence or fighting to belong. As Toni Morrison said, none of this is necessary. There will always be one more thing. That carrot will always be hanging on the stick in front of us. So let's stop wasting our energy trying to convince people that we belong, or that we're qualified, or that we're not criminals, or even trying to convince them of our humanity. We are enough, right here, right now. So let's focus on our energy, working to build a life that we desire and that we deserve, that our children deserve, that our communities deserve. Write that book, start that business, travel, learn, live your life. And yes, there are going to be obstacles, and racism will be one of them. Just keep your eyes on the prize and nothing can stop you. Don't be distracted. And remember, strength, soul, and reparations.